Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel English for Professionals. So today I thought that I would be speaking something about this North American slang words that is in circulation in Sri Lanka, right? Why I say North American slang. In Sri Lanka it was the standard British English that was used up to like year 2000. After that, with the computer technology, there came loads and loads of American words that have been not heard in this country. So some are using it is like posh English. Okay, so there is English and there is posh English. So that means once you use some American stuff, you think that you are going to be posh. That is not the case. Now I always say there is a method that we speak English in Sri Lanka. Okay, so if you are going to use English in any other way, so others will not understand, and that is not a good thing, because language is for communication, not for any other thing to show your education or whatever, right? So let's discuss some of these American slang words. One thing that I have heard is always that people are telling yep instead of yes or yeah, but in Sri Lanka usually we use yes or yeah, not yep. Yep is quite American. Like in the American movies and things, they call it yep. But if you really think about it, so if you try to find that in a dictionary or something, or if you are going to search on that, you will understand that yep has another meaning, yeah has another meaning, and yes has another meaning. But the thing is, yeah, this may be true, but the thing is usually the Americans prefer to use yep, but the British they use either yeah or yes, right? So there are some other words like say gonna and wanna. Have you heard that there is a famous song called "Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You"? I wanna know now how much I love you, right? Nothing's gonna. Gonna means going to. Okay, going to, and wanna means want to. So these are some slang words that they use now. Even in American Standard English, they don't use gonna and wanna. They usually write go, going to, and want to, right? But in spoken English, sometimes they speak like that. And again, another thing that I have heard in Sri Lankan radio station is this schedule. What do you mean by schedule? Schedule is schedule. Okay, in Sri Lanka we call it schedule, and the Americans call it schedule. So sometimes even in our radio stations, people say there is a schedule. So that is bit confusing. That is not the way we speak English in this country. There are a lot. Okay, so now one thing that you have to understand is that using American slang words or using the American terminology for something is because they are not going to make you any smarter than the rest of us. Okay, that is not nice, because there is a way that people speak a language in Sri Lanka, in a country. Okay, just think that you have some southern or Canadian accent, and then you come to Colombo, and then you are trying to speak in that accent. So what does that mean? Okay, so that is not anything post show, anything that make you are more smart. I mean, you smarter than the rest of us. That's nothing. Finally, what happens is the others do not understand you. So that is not going to work. So better. The thing is this now. If you go to America, so you will really get that accent. That's all. If you go to Australia, you will get that accent. But the thing is, in Sri Lanka, we have to speak in a way that others speak the same language. Okay, so that is why I just wanted to tell you that there are some slang words, and there are a lot. Now, what else do you have? Say now, sometimes they say there is a tendency that in American English, instead of o, they use a. Okay, instead of o, they use a. It is like now once you say maybe instead of communication they say communication, instead of contract they say contract, instead of, yeah, I can't say because petrol they don't use that. Now usually we say petrol, but they say petrol. Okay, there is a tendency like that. So these are the things. But remember that, so sometimes people think once you say communication, it is be taught, but the correct thing is communication. No. And again, there is another tendency that we say instead of E, they use I. So we say dimension, they say dimension. We say director, they say director. Okay, so please understand, once you speak English, you have to speak in one method. So having something here and there, that is not going to work. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. Thank you very much.